What's up, what's up, what's up? What's going on, guys? Peter Sorensen here, coming at you for day 71 here in the Ecom Challenge, coming at you live from Dutch Bros. Oh, and it's your main man at the orange hat, Mr. Chris Rucker.
What's up, everybody? Glad to hang with you guys, and hopefully you guys jump on live. It's a Sunday, so hopefully they're not at home.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys are out with family, but for those of you that are crazy entrepreneurs like us, and you're in front of your phone, you're in front of your computer, ask us anything, specifically how Peter just lost, what, 20 pounds?
25 pounds.
25
plus.
pounds.
Yeah.
Ask Peter how he lost 25 pounds, and ask Chris why he stopped shaving.
Or you can ask us questions about, of course, ecom, Facebook app.
But mostly weight loss.
Mostly weight loss on Sunday.
And men's grooming.
Ask me how I'm losing weight despite having nights of macaroni and cheese galore and froyo and stuff like that.
And ask Chris how he's suddenly packed on an extra 10 pounds. So hey, if you guys are with us, let us know what you're doing today. Let us know what you're doing Sunday. Peter, why don't you kick this thing off and just tell them about how exciting the progress has been watching those screenshots in the group.
Yeah, it is very, very exciting, guys. For those of you that are watching live or even on recording here, obviously you're part of our Ecom Challenge group at Techademics. You're here to really build, grow, and scale a successful business online selling physical products on Shopify, right? I talked about it yesterday in the training, whether it's, selling print-on-demand products, you guys are sourcing products from like AliExpress, for example, combination of the both. You guys are crushing it. And, for many of you, making your first even dollar online is a big deal. Most people don't even make $100 online. Most people, 90-something% of people, never even sell $100 worth of something online. So it's a big deal. I want you to first off acknowledge each and every single one of you that's taking action, that's plugging in, that's set up their store, that's downloaded the Techademics app, that's going through the training, that's selling products, and that's taking action, making some sales. Even if you're struggling, even if you're not fully profitable, that's okay. You're making sales, you're making it happen, you're developing your pixel, you're learning, right? You're investing in yourself and your business. And so I want to acknowledge you for that. There's a lot of people that are not here, right? There's a lot of people, 7 billion people on the planet, right? Millions and millions and millions of people here in America that, maybe have the idea of entrepreneurship but aren't doing anything about it. You're doing something about it, and that's a big deal, and I want to acknowledge you guys for that. And it's exciting. It's exciting seeing the results. It's exciting seeing people having their first $100 days and $1,000 months and $10,000 in sales. And gosh, some of you guys are literally doing, $10,000 in sales plus a month. Some of you guys are, again, never made a sale online and you're making sales online. That is a big deal. Okay, that's literally the equivalent of someone that maybe has done 10 or 20 grand is now making 6 figures. It's just as big a deal to go from no sales to making your first $100. It's a big deal. So you guys are awesome. Ryan Gillette, what's going on, brother? And Chris, man, what's you guys? Obviously, we're here to assist you. For those of you that are live, those of you that are taking time out of your day on a Sunday. Heck, for some of you in the world, it might be early Monday morning already, right? So, but ask them some questions.
Yeah, so first of all, what's up to everybody that's here? Congrats on those of you that even on a Sunday, beautiful weather if you're out here, that are working on your store. So with that being said, let say what's up to all the people that are watching us in the cars over there. We're at Dutch Bros, as you can tell.
Dutch Bros, a little plug,
Dutch Bros, we don't get paid for that.
No, we don't.
Should get paid
we
for
should
that.
Though. We should start doing stuff like that.
Let's go talk to them. They turn off the music for us.
Yeah.
So hey, we got time for some questions. Okay. Let's see. So right off the bat. Okay, one of the questions coming in, Peter, is what happens, not just in Shopify, but in business in general. Sometimes people have to a fast start. They get like 5, 6 sales or whatever. They start to get momentum. They start to get excitement, but then boom, flat, nothing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. So people in business and e-com,
Doesn't
maybe I'll address
matter
it
what the
specifically
business,
to Shopify.
Yeah.
But we know that roller coaster quite well.
Yeah, totally. I'll address it kind of in general business principle, then Chris can kind of address it from a specific Shopify perspective. In general, in business, I call it the business roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster. So there's the business roller coaster, which means you're going to have sales. You're going to have sales volume spike up, sales volume spike down. Think about any business, right? Especially businesses that are trend-based or seasonal-based. Or even right now we're at Dutch Bros. It's like 100 and something degrees outside and people are still buying coffee. But yet if it was colder in the morning or first thing in the morning versus the afternoon, right, it's probably busier first thing in the morning versus, 2 in the afternoon. So you're going to have times in your business where sales are going to go up and down. What's most important is managing your mental, emotional state in that process. Okay, we have multiple worlds, if you will. Our mental world, our emotional world, our physical world. The physical world is, hey, sales are going up, sales are going down. In that process, in the down process, how are you managing your mental emotional state, your mental emotional world? Understanding it's part of the process. Understanding that what goes up comes down and what goes down comes back up, and understanding really that it's you staying consistent with the daily income producing activities. That you've got to stay consistent with daily income producing activities regardless of what happens day to day in your business from a sales perspective. So you have to understand that when you're feeling a little down, you can't let that get you down. If sales go down, you're like, oh, I'm struggling, I don't know what's going on. You have to understand it's part of the process, part of the journey. Get back up, take massive action, see it as what can I learn here? What could I be doing differently, right? If something's not working, okay, well, what can I learn here? What can I be doing differently? And then take action.
Yeah, so if you guys are having ups and downs on specific products, like let's say you are selling a fidget spinner, and right off the bat you sold maybe 5 or 6, and then boom, sales fell flat. The first thing that I do if sales are falling flat is I drop price and drop shipping. Very first thing. So step 1 is I drop price, drop shipping, but keep everything the same. If I drop the price and drop the shipping, even if I'm losing money, the thing you gotta do is you gotta identify what is the problem. What is the exact problem that's causing it? So by dropping price and dropping shipping, you're taking financial out of it. You're taking the cost of the goods out of it. If people are still not buying, then you know that it's not the price and the shipping. Now you know it's probably the ads and the targeting. Okay, so then you just got to go in there and you just got to hit a different audience. You got to go, okay, look, 5 or 6 people bought this product, so I know it can sell. Let me go ahead and hit it from a different angle. Maybe let me try a different market. If you've got an audience that has maybe like 5 million people in it, you can break out multiple little audiences of 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, different audiences. An example might be you might be just targeting like the keyword coffee. Well, coffee's too broad. Maybe you dive in there and target Dutch Bros. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Dutch Bros only has 50,000 fans instead of coffee, but now you got 50,000, and then maybe on top of that you target maybe another small mom and pop shop, or maybe you target like brands of coffee that aren't popular, whereas Starbucks might be popular, the word coffee might be popular, the word espresso might be popular. You might be targeting words that have big massive groups. Sure, you might be able to get a couple sales there. Maybe it's time to go ahead and change the audience targeting, get very, very specific. There's things like that. You just mix it up a little bit. But first rule is I would say drop the price, drop the shipping. Even if you lose money, then if it starts selling again, you know that it's a pricing signal. You know that product needs to be adjusted. You need to find that sweet spot. How much can I charge without losing sales? And it's the same if you're trying to sell anything, right? If Peter wants to sell his watch, hold it, watch real quick. If Peter wants to sell this watch right there, okay, so let's say he wants to sell that watch. Let's say hypothetically he probably got that thing in a machine, like a wind-up machine. But let's say that he paid $500 for it and it's used, and maybe it's worth. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was like, that was a random guess.
Maybe less, but yeah.
But probably not the wind-up machine. Let's say he spent $500, but it's used, right? So he goes, okay, look, I would love to get $500. Unlikely, okay? Stores have all the beauty of all in the case. That's how they sell it. So he's got to find a price, but he doesn't want to sell it too cheap because he'll feel like robbed. I spent $500. I should get something for it. I kept it in good condition. I maintained it. So he has to find a spot between $1 and $500 that is the sweet spot. He could try selling it all day long for $400 because he feels it's valued at $400 and he wants to get his money's worth. But if it doesn't sell there, that doesn't mean people don't want watches. That means people don't want that watch for $400. Right. Okay. Now, or he can go out and sell it for $10. But if he sells it for $10, maybe it sells really fast. He gets a sale, but how much money did he leave on the table? Maybe now he's not making money. He's not motivated. It's all about pricing signals. Now, the good thing is he only has one watch, so it's difficult for him to find the price signal of that. But let's say he had 100 watches. He could experiment with the pricing. What I would do is not start at $500. I wouldn't start at $400. I wouldn't even start at $300. You know what I would do? I'd start at $50. I'd sell a few at $50, see if it could sell at $50. Then I'd bump it up to $100, see if I could sell at $100. Then I'd bump it up to $150. See what I'm saying? I would start low because you can always raise the price easy. Even if you start high, you can lower the price. But I would start low to get some sales. First things first, I want to see, do people want to buy this watch? Cheap. And if they do, how much more can I raise the price? That's the concept, okay? Pete, I'm going to turn over to you. This is a big call.
Big call here, guys. So just like Chris was saying, that's one thing, pricing signals. In general, you've got to always be testing your pricing. And you got two things of your price, right? You've got the product price, and then, of course, you have shipping. So you've got to be testing what is the right ratio. So you have product and ship, and then you essentially have your total amount between those two that you're collecting in revenue. So you got to look for in your total amount of revenue that you're looking to collect, what is the variable, right? Like if you're doing free plus shipping versus if you're doing paid for the product and free shipping, or if you're doing paid product and paid shipping, but maybe you're playing with the two numbers, and just like Chris said, obviously you're playing with the baseline of the product cost. What are you going to sell that product for? Do people believe and want that product? When it comes to that particular price. Okay, so that's very important. Guys, if you guys have any other questions, I talked yesterday about.
Keep going. Then 2 more questions. We got it.
Awesome.
We got to jam out.
Good news?
Good news.
Sweet. All right, awesome.
Well, let's serve the folks, serve the community. 90-day challenge, right? So challengers, you got 2 more questions.
Speaking of 90-day challenge,
Abu wants to see my smile. You guys, let me tell you guys an Invisalign story. So I did Invisalign for like 6 months. Pretty good, right? But look, you guys see it? Oh, the wind. Do you see it? Look at this one tooth. Can you see it? It didn't pull up. So look, this didn't hook. Now all of these teeth were crooked in my Invisalign. See the top? Worked out. It's just this one tooth. Now these have attachments. These teeth might look big. They have attachments on it because I still wear a retainer. I wear these little retainers, but I have to get another set right here. It's going to take probably another 3 to 6 months. Man, it's the price you pay to try to get your teeth straight, and I got a nice little dip, right, a little gap. So in my next couple videos, even though I've gone through Invisalign, all my teeth straightened, but I wasn't able to pull that one up. So if you guys see me in a lot of videos, you're going to notice a little crooked right there. See that? You're going to get that crooked for a little while, but I'm working on it. Working on it.
All right, we got a couple good questions here coming in. I think they're really good. We should talk about them. Number one, we saw Christian pull it up on your phone too, but something like how important is it when it comes to writing the product description, right? And when it comes to conversion, things like that. I know Christian probably has a lot of points. I'll just say this. I think it's very important, and I'll say from the perspective of someone new, right, brand new to e-commerce, is don't feel you got to completely reinvent the wheel. There are successful sites out there. There are successful Shopify stores selling products with great product descriptions and great call to actions, urgency and scarcity and things like that. Learn and model from other successful people. Learn and model from other successful stores, right? And then obviously, test. But you don't have to do it all yourself. There's a lot of other things you can kind of model and swipe from.
Okay, so product description specifically, what I would do is I would treat it like this. Instead of thinking you're in the e-commerce business, think that what you are is you are in the sales business. You are selling the same skills that Dutch Bros use to sell their coffee, that Peter uses to sell whatever he attracts women left and right. I can't stop the women just come up to him. Whatever fragrance or cologne he uses, whatever you are selling, okay, you need to
this is what happens when I have to do lives with Chris, and I have to get roasted on, but it's okay.
Just saying. Whatever swag cologne he uses, swag cologne, it's the same sales pitch. So what it is like, think about any product you've ever bought, any digital product, any internet marketing product had a sales page. So your product description, you have a title, you have an image, you have a description, and potentially have a video. This is your sales page. Treat every single product like a sales page. This is your chance to be able to build urgency, be able to build scarcity, to be able to overcome objections, to be able to overcome lack of knowledge of the product. How much knowledge does a product need? See, if you're just selling a t-shirt and it says, "This dad rocks," okay? You don't need a lot of sales language in that. You just need to be like, how quickly is it gonna arrive? Was it made in the USA? What material is it? Stuff like what sizes are available. You don't need a lot because it's a t-shirt. How much explanation does it do? However, if you're selling a phone case that has a beacon inside of it, that has a little key fob container that tracks your cell phone case wherever it goes, you better explain that. Explain that through the case of make sure people know it's not just a phone case. This is a tracking phone case that literally you can press a button and your thing beeps wherever it is. That requires explanation. Since that requires explanation, you got to use that. You got to sell that as a sales page. Find a video to support it. Find pictures to support it. Find words. Overcome the objections. Figure it out. That's what a product description is. So if you're selling basic products, keep the descriptions basic and simple. Not much thinking. It's all about price and it's all about how it looks. But if you're selling more complicated products that require description, do not shortcut the description. Now that being said, don't spend all year building your site. A good description can be written in a few minutes and you can always fix it later. Just take action. One more question. You want to choose it or you want me to choose it?
You choose it.
All right.
A couple of them.
People are saying, keep that crooked tooth, that adds character. They call me Crooked Tooth Chris. That'll be my new nickname. What's up, Crooked Tooth?
Crooked Tooth Chris?
Yeah. No. Nothing. No. But we could try it out. Crooked Tooth Chris back here with another question. Geez, these are difficult. Let's see. Okay, Robert has a good question here. Will YouTube people get angry if I use their videos in my description, or is it mutually beneficial? My friends, here is how YouTube works. If Peter puts a video on YouTube and uploads it, that video is then either private, unlisted, or public. He chooses. If he chooses to make it private, only he can see it. If he chooses to make it unlisted, only people that have an exact link can see that video. If he chooses to make it public, anybody can see that video. If somebody on YouTube makes a video public, you have entire rights to hit the embed button, grab the embed code, and use it on your site. You have the rights to be able to embed it. Now, if that video is a copywritten video that somebody else stole, you're inheriting the fact that if they stole it, then you're kind of stealing it. So you might still get like a letter from a lawyer or something. Like, for example, let's say Conor McGregor fights in the UFC and he wins his fight. Somebody's probably going to leak that video onto YouTube, but everybody else is paying pay-per-view for it. How much is pay-per-view? Like 50, 100 bucks?
Yeah.
Something like that. So people are paying $50 to $100 to watch the fight. Somebody's going to record it and put it on YouTube. That doesn't mean you have the right to embed their video. The UFC will likely issue a takedown notice to that video on YouTube, and then your embedded video will no longer work. It'll just go away. So you're still safe. Or the UFC might see that you're using that video in your product, and they might contact you and ask you to take it down. But it's not, since you're not the originator of the video, you're not going to get in trouble. You are just embedding a video that somebody else did. So if they ask you to take it down, take it down. Now that being said, that's only copyright material. That being said, if anybody makes a video, I need bigger sunglasses. Which one, Peter?
Tanner, what's up, brother? Tanner Larson.
Is that Tanner Larson?
Tanner Larson?
Is that the Tanner Larson? Mr. BGS Live, Mr. Build, Mr. Grow, Mr. Scale. What's up, Tanner? Glad to have you in the house. We'd much rather be listening to you than listening to Peter, but I'm roasting Peter. So listen, at the end of the day, you guys, if a video is on YouTube, you can embed it, put the embed link in your Shopify description, and you are safe. If somebody asks you to take it down, take it down.
Yeah. But think about it this way, if it's not a copyright, nothing too crazy, at the end of the day, that video, you are sharing and expanding that the viewership of that video, right? So if you take my video and just public on YouTube or whatever, and if it fits for something that you're gonna sell, well, I mean, maybe I'll get mad, but at the same time, if I have an abundant mentality, at the end of the day, it's like you're helping grow me, or you're helping promote something that I created, right? So there's going to be that beneficial, depending on how you do it, but that can be very beneficial from my perspective, right? You're expanding my video, for instance. So yes, we can be nuts. We can be just a little bit, but you know what I always say? No one, most people that are normal never make history. So
is that what you always say?
That's one of the things
I don't think I've ever heard him say that. I've been friends with him for a decade.
I'll say like, no one normal ever made history, but some normal people, quote unquote, made history, but they're not normal. You might think like, oh, Mother Teresa was normal. No, she wasn't normal, right? Be abnormal. We're all created equal with an opportunity to become unequal. I also learned that years ago.
I've never heard you say it. I think he reads a lot of books.
I do, a little bit. So, guys, that being said, I know we're going to be wrapping up here. Maybe one more question. And just
here's my question to you. If my nickname is Crooked Tooth Chris, what's Peter's nickname? Best nickname for Peter in the comments. I want to read it. And hey, if you guys enjoyed the Q&A session, let us know. We have an actual very exciting appointment that I cannot tell you unless we lock it up. So we got to go. We got something exciting. Trust me, you're gonna want us to go. If you found out what we're doing, you're gonna want us to go. We got to go.
Yeah.
Actually, follow us on Snap. Follow us on Snap. I'm sure we'll leak it there. So Snap Chris Record.
Snap Mr. Peter Sorensen.
That's a whole thing?
Mr. Peter Sorensen?
Or Snap?
No, okay. Mr. Peter Sorensen.
His username is Mr. Peter Sorensen. My username is Snap Chris Records. See you guys in the next episode. Peace.